Who wants to learn about how to consolidate your tech, simplify your entire business, and just do it right here? Who wants to get to six figures just using this one platform? I cannot wait to talk about this. I joke that I'm psycho for Substack because I'm psycho for Substack, but here's why. Here's who I am most excited about for Substack is my clients. I have been helping women in business for 8 years. And for 8 years, the challenge has been all the tech, all the complications, all the overwhelm to try to get to, consistent revenue. First six figures, multiple six figures. And I'll tell you, and I'm really curious for anyone that's here live, or if you're catching the replay, please also do comment. We did a survey in our community, and with thousands, like we actually did this survey when we were doing a big free masterclass. So it was thousands of people, thousands of women, and a few good men. And they're all, starting or restarting, launching, growing their businesses. And 87% said this: I would like to have a multiple six-figure coaching, advisor, consulting, guide, you can name it whatever you want. And my survey, like I said, I was flabbergasted. Yeah, that's a different survey. We're going to talk about surveys, probably another live, because the more you understand your dream clients, the more you can serve them, and it's so beautiful. But we had done a different survey back in January, and thousands of women, and 87%. Here's what they wanted. I want to know if this resonates for you. They wanted to have a multiple six-figure, services-based business that was highly profitable. So, we're talking 50, 65% profit margins, very small team, maybe a VA, maybe, like just one or two people, keeping it small, not managing a company. And that's what they wanted. Only 13% wanted, a company, seven figures and above, big team, all the things. Now, even if you want the empire, right, you still got to get to the first six, second six, like you have to get to the multiple six figures to get there, right? And what was shocking to me over the last, not shocking to me, but I think when I came from corporate, right? So I was a vice president of marketing and sales at IBM. When I made that leap into my own business 8 years ago, hi guys, hi Jen, 8 years ago, I thought I knew business. I had my MBA. I'd been basically either studying or practicing and executing on business and business strategy for like 30 years. I come over here to the online space, not Substack, to the online space. And I was like, oh my God, I know nothing. I need to learn all this tech. Everything's complicated. There are all these funnels, there are all these things. I don't even know what I'm doing. And I remember going from a very confident executive at IBM to feeling this big and feeling stupid, to be honest with you, and feeling like I didn't know anything. And here's why. Because the online space was so overcomplicated with all the tools, all the tech, all the things. In fact, I'm going to share my screen because I actually have a diagram. I want to show you what it's like for most people, and I want to know if this is where you are at too. So I'm going to share my screen, and today I can just share a tab because I'm not doing my whole window. So I can see comments at the same time, which I really enjoy to be able to see what you guys are saying. So I'm going to come back over here. Great. I like when I can see you guys in the comments. When I'm sharing my screen to show you Substack, I can't see the comments. So we're just sharing screens. Let me know if you can see this. Okay. Let me know if you can see this. But this is how it's typically done for most people. Okay. Let me know if this sounds familiar to any of you guys. First of all, let me know if you can see this. So someone chat. Perfect. Viola, thank you. Okay. So the old way, kind of the last 15 years, okay, of building a coaching, consulting type of business, the old way has been, and every single one of these boxes, by the way, is another piece of tech you probably need. Okay. So picture that each of these boxes is another piece of tech. So you need email system, course hosting, community, webinars, webinar capability, landing pages, sales funnels, checkout capability, scheduling, graphics, video editing, public podcast. And then maybe if you want a private podcast, you need a different kind of software for the private podcast, lead magnets, social content. And when I say social content, I'm not even showing on here how complicated that is because that's Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and more, which none of them are connected. And basically, if you want to get onto those 4 platforms, you're like having to bring your content onto all these platforms, right? Website, right? Uh, Analytics. And then you probably need a VA support because it's a lot, right? Who can relate to this? Who can relate to the complicated tech stack that actually is distracting us from doing the actual work of why we started a business, which was to serve people, to coach people, to mentor people, to guide them, to consult all the things, right? I'm saying 100%. Yes, it's exhausting, 100%. And then guess what happens? Then you're on Instagram and you get fed an ad of how to do something else, right? Yes. Shut it all down. Exactly, Shelley. That's where we're going with this. Listen, if you are a coach, a consultant, a guide, or mentor who really is looking to create that consistent, solid, multiple 6 figures in her business, and whether you go beyond that, doesn't matter. We got to get there, right? We got to get there. And this is not only is this exhausting, but guess what? The end user, your ultimate dream client, doesn't want to go through all these hoops. Think about that. People know they're in a funnel now. Do you not know when you're in a funnel? I know when I'm in a funnel, right? We're over it. We're moving on. There's a new way. We know there's a new era. Everything is shifting. Everything is changing. I talk about it all the time that we have we are going into a new era. We talk about it in human design, but we're going into a new era in everything, right? Including business, including the online business space, especially because the gold rush of like the 2010s has petered out. And in fact, trying to build on the old ways is over-tilled soil. What do farmers do when they're on over-tilled soil and overworked soil and the minerals are gone and all of the things? They have to go plant their crops in more fertile soil. I truly believe Substack is that fertile soil. I don't know how long it will be. I hope it forever. I hope I'm really praying because I'm obsessed with how simple this is. And I want to show you. Ready for like the next piece of this because it's so powerful. You guys ready? Everything on the left can be done on the right. I just really want everyone to have this sink in because I keep seeing one of the number one things I see as a mistake of what people don't understand about Substack is they think it's a newsletter platform. Good Lord. Maybe it started as one. That's not what it is. Okay. So people see it as a newsletter platform. It's not. It is all of these things on the left, on the right. I really want to let that sink in, and it's no money. So if you want to have a highly profitable, multiple 6-figure business, let's do that in a place that makes this so much simpler. Now, here's the really cool thing. A lot of this gets automated as well. So here's the thing. The new era has no gurus. Okay. The new era is not about the guru. I'm not your guru. The new era is not about someone who's like, I'm the Substack genius who has all the Substack answers. Not about that. It's because I'm seeing this. I'm a business strategist, right? I'm a business strategist that's been helping women in business for 8 years, and I've been in business 30 years total, right? When I came onto Substack, it was like we've discovered the fertile ground. We have discovered the area that my people that I'm here to help can actually go more frictionless, less complication, less tech and investments. Because guess what? Every box on that left-hand side here requires skills. I watch it every day. Not knowing how to use the email system, not even barely leveraging the course hosting platform that you're paying lots of money for. Having your community on a different platform than your course hosting and, webinars on Zoom, and you've got landing pages you're building over here. And it's like, never mind all the different social platforms you're trying to post on, right? And so there's a cost, there's a frustration, there's an energy cost, I should say, right? There's a time cost, there's an energy cost of your own energy, and then there's absolutely a cost, an actual monetary cost for all of these things as well. Now, of course, Substack, once you start making some money on Substack, they take a percentage, right? I think it's 10%. Okay, whatever. That's fine. But what's beautiful is that unless you're making money, Substack's not taking your money. I have watched people, and listen, I love Kajabi. I use Kajabi on the back end of my business simply because I have a multiple seven-figure business that has hundreds and thousands of videos and courses and, where all the different things. I'll tell you, we're going to be doing even more on Substack, even from a delivery standpoint. And as their capabilities continue to expand, who knows? I'm not going to say I'll ever go completely off Kajabi, but if I was just starting, this is where I want to be really clear. I'm not just starting, right? I have a very successful multiple seven-figure business. So I'm going to answer that question, Alicia. That's a really great question. I'm not just starting, but I'm going to tell you right now, if my entire business burned down tomorrow, I would just go on the right here side. I would just do everything on Substack. This is where I'd build, full stop, end of story. And then as I was growing, I could make some additional decisions of if I needed to add anything else on. Right? A lot of people are teaching Substack as like another platform to be on in addition to everything else. I'm really helping our clients go all in on let's just go all in on Substack and make lots of money and serve lots of people in a frictionless state. Now, here's what I will tell you. Alicia, you want to know the answer to your question? I'm going to show you the answer to your question. All right. Yes, I used AI to help create this. I'm not that talented as a graphic designer, but literally ChatGPT and I made this in 5 minutes today, but I had to feed it with what I wanted it to show, right? So I was feeding it all the craziness of the left-hand side and what the right-hand side can do. Okay. So Alicia asked the question, is the learning curve on Substack low in comparison to all this other tech? Well, yes, from sheer volume. From sheer volume. You have to go and learn all those pieces of tech. You just need to learn Substack over here. And here's the beautiful thing about Substack. It automates a lot of things for you. It automates a lot of things for you, right? And because it automates a lot of things for you, like right now when I went live, an email got sent to say Julie's live. You can decide if you want that sent or not, by the way. But my team didn't have to go schedule that. Like my team needs to schedule all the emails that have to go out when you're doing anything. When a podcast comes out, when you're going to do a live, when you are live. Nope. You don't have to do that here. This image is exactly what I needed to be conveyed because it is so important to actually see what people are really going through. And I know so many of you are going through this. I know so many of our clients are on the left-hand side, and it's exhausting and it's expensive and it requires, quite frankly, a VA at minimum. At minimum. The 50 knot finishes in your recording studio. So you can just go to the recording studio and do that. Okay. And then it's there. Once it's there, which is really cool. So and that's what's so beautiful and powerful is that Substack makes everything so, so simple. And I'm telling you right now, I am doubling down on helping everyone be able to move into this model. But we want to have a model that goes with it too, right? So I love this graphic too. It's so great. But I want to you're here to make money too, though. Okay. And so I want you to think about, let's just go back to this craziness for a minute. So I've had this huge epiphany over the last probably 4 weeks that that for the woman, I know there are probably men that are going to watch this live, but I really work with women and a few good men. We have a few good men to join us in our stuff. But what is so powerful and that I've had this huge realization is that the power of Substack to move the struggling coach, consultant, guide, mentor, healer, whatever that may be, whatever you love to call yourself, from the left-hand side to the right-hand side is is astronomical. I mean, there are so many people. Again, when we did the survey of thousands, 87% of people were still trying to launch or relaunch or get to consistent revenue in their business while struggling with all the crap on the left-hand side. Now, it's a perfect storm right now because even if you got this nailed down, it's changing so dramatically because, again, people know they're in a funnel. No one wants to do any of that, like all of that. But also, best buyers are leaving social media because of all the AI junk. And it's getting worse because now it's not just AI written stuff now. Now it's AI video and it's the proliferation of it and we're all over it, right? And so best buyers and your best people are like leaving those platforms anyway. So why are you going to spend all this time, all this energy, all this focus on the left-hand side of this when we can streamline everything, come over here? And guess what? This is where most people are coming. Right now we're running ads and our top performing ads are all about Substack. What does that mean? It means people are very, very interested. People are coming over here. Be ready to receive them. It's kind of like who here, when they were growing up and your family was having people over, or you could be like this too. I'm like this. You're going to have people over and it's like, okay, let's get everything ready. Let's get everything fixed up and let's get the house clean and let's put everything away in the junk drawer and whatever it's going to be, right? And everyone like assume your places. The company is coming, right? The company is coming here. You're here. You're first to market. You are on the fertile ground first. So make ready. Let's start preparing for the company. Right? So people are going to be more and more done moving. Substack's picking up steam, even though it's 5 years old. Remember, it started as a newsletter platform. It's shifted dramatically. They're so smart. They know where they're going. Okay. We want to actually move into the fertile ground while it's here and prepare for the company that's coming. And then when you do, we can prepare you to set up your frictionless. I want everyone to say the word with me. Frictionless, automated, feel good funnel. Listen, funnel's not a dirty word. We used the words funnel back at IBM when ClickFunnels was like a twinkle in someone's eye, right? Like funnels have been in marketing since the beginning of time, okay? I'm talking about a real funnel, right? Which is actually guiding with value people through the journey of trust to buy from you. That's what a funnel is, right? No more toxicity. Exactly. So I love this frictionless, automated, feel good funnel. That's on fertile ground. We're like coming up with all new words here. And then here's what it looks like. Let me show you. When I show you a graphic I put together, it's so simple. So many of you, listen, this is what's happening. Can we watch? See on the right-hand side of this chart, you see the higher ticket offers. So this is things like your one-on-one coaching, group masterminds, retreats and events, signature programs, right? And so you're over here, this is your offer set. You've got these offers in stage 3, and you're trying to go to market on Instagram, LinkedIn, all the things everywhere, trying to sell, right? And get people to come into your consults and into maybe your free workshops or masterclasses so that you can sell your higher ticket stuff, right? And even if you've tried to sell low ticket or trust builder, so hard. It is almost harder to sell a low ticket thing than it is to sell a high ticket thing because it's so hard to sell, period, on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, anything. Okay. In fact, I've never made any money on those platforms. I've never made any money on those platforms. Instead, I like, if I'm gonna use those platforms right now, I do ads, but if I would even organically, I would say, "Hey, I'm running a free masterclass." And then they'd come into the free masterclass, and then I would deliver and give and do all the things for free in a free masterclass, and then I would sell. But I've never closed a dollar organically on any of those platforms. And I've been in business 8 years. And it's getting worse, not better. You cannot outperform the AI industrial content revolution, is what I'm calling it. We went from everyone like having 24 hours in a day creating their own content. So even the best content creators, and they could hire teams and maybe they could add a little bit more volume into their content, to AI driven content creation from all these content creators, basically creating content while they sleep, posting content while they sleep. Are you going to try to compete with that? I'm not going to try to compete with that. Like, why bother? Like, no, thank you. So we've been over here on stage 3 trying to get out there, and it's hard. So, like, and then people give up. Then they stop. And then they've just paid all this stuff, all this tech, all these things. Whew. Yeah, same. Jody said, I have sold by referrals. Not a single dollar from 33,000 Twitter, 10K Insta, same. So let's stop the madness. Instead, let's go through what it's like here on Substack. Okay. We start with our free soapbox, right? Our free content where we can just show up and just either write, speak, go live, write captions, AKA notes. The free public content on Substack, you get to just be you, create once, leverage many. I teach all about how to do that in our paid tier, right? Like how to like really get your content so dialed in that it just is like selling your paid tier for you. But the beautiful part is you can just minimize all the other stuff. Because guess what? Your Substack can connect to LinkedIn automatically. Your Substack can connect to YouTube automatically. I've never had a YouTube channel. I'm like, oh, I can just I don't even have to hit a button. It's just there. I did it. It's done. Now, every live, every video, you better believe this one's going on YouTube. Hell yeah. Right? I don't have to do anything to put it on YouTube. It is going to post to YouTube when we are done. When this is done, I am going to have assets up the wazoo that I can use on any other platform if I choose. The only reason I'm using them on other platforms right now is I'm still trying to get my audience to come over to Substack. Eventually, I'm just going to stop doing that. Once I feel like I've told my LinkedIn and my Instagram and my Facebook people enough, I am completely cutting off at really doing anything organically over there. Yep, and if you wanted to go to a certain playlist, then you just go. I think you just have to go over there and you'll have to take that extra step on YouTube. I don't care. I'm just putting stuff on YouTube because I just want to be found in search. I know I'm not pushing my YouTube link to anybody. I just know it's search, right? YouTube is search. It's Google, it's search. So if this video right when I'm done is going to go and get posted to YouTube, hell yeah, I'm going to take advantage of that. It's no extra work on my part or my team's part. Do you know that for 8 years, I'm like, I should have YouTube. I paid someone $5,000 back in 2021 who was a YouTube expert to like teach me, and we were going to get everything set up. And she even set up part of my YouTube and all things. And I was like, this is hard. I need an entire team member to work on this, and it needs to look like this and be like this. And I'm like, nope, I'm out. So I never did it. Now I can just do what I'm doing here with you, giving you value and teaching and sharing and all the things. And it's just going to go to YouTube. My articles can go to LinkedIn. Do you know that your live videos, 2 clips, if you want it, I don't do this, you could, 2 clips can automatically go over to LinkedIn as well. This generates clips with captions, everything. Like, so from a free standpoint, it's incredible. You're just going to do your content here. It creates so many things. It automatically emails for you. It takes away the need of needing a VA at your early stage. right? Every single surface, the articles, the podcast, the videos, the live, the notes, your website on Substack, all of it has the ability to have the upgrade button built in. It creates zero friction, it's zero salesy, zero like traditional funnels, because people are going to be in your content making the choice they can be continue just to make that choice. Oh, I'm going to upgrade. Oh, I'm going to upgrade. Oh, this is interesting. I'm going to upgrade. Right? It's insane. Jody, I love this. Jody said that she paid a YouTube team member, was getting maybe 20 views. Her first live on Substack that got auto-populated to YouTube got 100 views like that. I'm telling you, this is huge. So when I go back to, let's just go back so we can all remember, no one's forgetting. This is insanity. This is simple, right? Insanity is simple. Now, it's frictionless. People are so used to upgrade to paid. It's the culture. It's part of the culture of Substack. No one thinks you're salesy because you have an upgrade to paid button. No one thinks you're salesy because you're gating some of your content. No one thinks you're salesy because you are giving value in a community chat only to your paid people. No one's thinking that because that's the culture of Substack. And it's so frictionless. I know, Mariska, 100%. It's almost too good to be true. 100%. That's why I'm like psycho for Substack and I just won't shut up. Because I want to help as many people as I possibly can go from here to here. For the love of God, because we need more new era leaders out there with what they're here to share to their tribes, helping people and not stuck in this nonsense of the way that the online business space has been created. We're done. I know I'm done. Right? So here's that people have asked us a lot, like, okay, great. I'm kind of I get the context of going from here to here, from going from stage one. I have a question for you. Can you see my cursor? Because I use my cursor a lot when I say go from here to here. And obviously you can see it on Zoom. Can you see my cursor? Like when I go from stage one to stage two, do you see my cursor going back and forth? Let me know because I use it as a pointer. And I don't know if that actually comes up on Substack. You can? Oh, good. I love my pointer. I love being able to like do that. Okay. So I think a lot of people understand how to go from, oh, you can't see it. Oh, bummer. Oh, see, I had a feeling because I looked at sometimes the blue dot. Okay. That's a bummer. All right. We'll have to figure out, I'll have to let Substack know because I like being able to show. So I'll just make sure I'm articulating what I'm saying. So we're going from, I think a lot of people understand how to go from stage one to stage two. Right? Because you get to populate that button anywhere you want. And we're going to go deeper in training on this, which is really powerful. Going from stage two to stage three is really important because listen, I mean, some of you might build business models where you are building your entire revenue stream from the paid tier. There's a young woman she's in her 20s. She's in New York City. She makes almost $1 million a year with a $79 a year, $79 a year paid tier on Substack. So just know that's a volume game, but you can play it 100%. So you could not even have a stage three higher ticket offer if you choose. Okay. Most of you do though. Most of you are working some type of offer in that stage three. Okay. So stage two is your paid tier. This is where it's recurring revenue, but it's a warm audience. Her name, I don't remember her name, but I think her Substack is called Feed Me. And, she got started like 4 years ago or so. And her niche is so niched. She's almost like the water cooler of FIDI, New York City, which is the financial district, New York City. So being a 20-something-year-old working in the financial district, that's who her Substack's for. And she's at nearly $1 million a year. I think she's at like 900 and something thousand. Yes. Thank you. Emily Sundberg. Okay. So if that's the model you guys want, you could have it. I think she does a daily article and people pay for the daily article and whatever. And the amount of modeling that you can do here of what you want to do, like the paid tier can be so many different things. It's so exciting. right? Um, so huge. Now, a lot of you have a higher ticket offer. So the beautiful part is that when people come into your paid tier, we can really build trust. We know we have to build trust. People have to see if we're their people. We're not for everyone. I'm not for everyone. You're not for everyone. So we need to build that trust, and we build that trust in the paid tier, which is typically and usually pretty low ticket. But guess what? You don't have to have it be low ticket. Let's say your stuff is so freaking good and it's very niched and nuanced and people really want it. So let's say people have a headache and you have Advil and your paid tier is Advil to their headache. You could do $2.99 a month if you want it in your paid tier. There's no rules. Like, you get to decide. If you have a coaching program that's $5.99 a month, you could just have that be your paid tier. Think about that for a minute. You could just have that be your paid tier. Or you could have it be your founding member tier. There's a founding member tier, right? So we're going to help people. We're actually running a free masterclass. We're going to go way deeper in this. So I want to make sure, and if someone would be so kind to grab this, as I say, this link, if you guys could post it, I'd be so grateful. But if you go to igniteherbrand.com/new era coach. Actually, you know what? I'll just type it in because that's going to be a little hard for everyone to remember. I am doing a free masterclass, and we are going to go way deeper into all of this. Okay. And oh, you guys are so sweet. You listened. You're the best. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Michelle. You guys are the best. Thank you, Joni. I'm going to be going way deeper into Substack and the new era and all of that. And when you join that, you actually get my free book, right? So I have a new book called Tribal, has an audio book to it, and an advanced digital copy. You guys are getting that for free when you register for the New Era Coach Masterclass. Okay. I'm giving it for free as an advanced copy because I really actually want a feedback loop going on. Okay. So definitely go and sign up because we're going to spend an entire session going much deeper on Substack. And I'm really going to be bringing Substack throughout the entire masterclass because I really believe this is the fertile soil for which we can be building on. All right. So we'll go into this more because again, I just want to tee up all of this stuff for you to start really seeing how simple this can be. Because again, anyone that's just joining us, we're trying to go from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. Because the old way is all these systems and these processes and SOPs and all these things and money and time and energy. Substack is completely different. Okay, so paid tier. So then we want to get people to come into the higher ticket offers. Well, guess what? The higher ticket offers are so much easier to offer a consult. We call them magic sales calls. You could offer a consult. You can invite people into the next level of like maybe a free masterclass or a free workshop or an info session or whatever it's going to be, right? Oh my God, Mariska said, I used your brand bot and I made a huge step in finding the words of how to call myself. Yes. Boom, right there. That's why we love to give that stuff to you guys for free so that you get clear. The more clear you are, the faster you can move and get out of spinning, right? So when someone's in your paid tier, you're developing a relationship and you're earning the trust to help people move into that higher ticket offer. Does that make sense? So whether you have, because a lot of people are like, well, I don't really know. Can I sell my coaching? Can I sell my retreats, events, signature programs? Yes, because it's a logical upsell and upgrade for people you've already over-delivered to. Who likes to over-deliver here? I love to over-deliver. Our entire community uses the word, uses the emoji Christmas tree emoji for our community because I'm always like giving things because I just love. But yeah, you could run your coaching sessions just like this. Do you know that you can invite individuals right into here? So if you wanted to do a coaching session right in here, you could. Listen, to get to your first 6 or multiple 6 figures, you do not need a ton of volume. You do not need all the bells, the whistles, all the things. You can just be right here. You can use the recording studio privately to coach one-on-one. I know it's crazy, when you actually think about going from all the tech tools that I showed on the first page to why don't you just get started with this? Don't make it complicated. You need you might be going, oh, but I don't know if my clients are on Substack. They don't need to be. They don't have to be like this active Substack person. You just send them the link. You just send them the link to your recording studio. It's just like StreamYard or something, right? Like it's not, or Zoom. Like here's the link. Yeah, I think you see the blue dot when I go to the other screen and do you see it? Oh yeah, you can see it when I go here. Okay, I'll have to remember, but then I can't see your comments. See, there's like a no win. I can't see your comments, but you can see my blue dot. um, so it's so powerful because here's what I get. I get, oh my gosh, Zoom and everything costs money. Like it's zero. It's free when you're getting started, right? So why not make money? And then you can decide if you want to add any of the other things on, you can. But you don't have to. You don't have to. So I want you to think about Substack, especially from a marketing standpoint, becomes your hub. Okay. Your whole system can just fit right here. So this is what I call the 6-figure Substack system. You have 3 jobs to do. Your job description has 3 levels. You have to do marketing, you have to do sales, and you have to deliver to clients. Makes sense, right? I mean, that's what you have to do. If you want a business, you're a coach, you're a consultant, you're a guide, a healer, you have to do marketing to get your clients, right? Well, people interested. You have to sell them on your stuff and they need to buy. And then you need to deliver what you're going to deliver, right? And we have a whole simple system for how to do that. I'm not going to go through it today, but all of these things can be done on Substack. That's what I want to be able to show people. Everything here can be done on Substack. Everything. Everything across the buyer's journey, because never forget. I always have my clients print this out and laminate it. People are a stranger first. They have to get interested. You have to say something interesting, be doing something interesting for them to become a curious prospect, to get hooked and hungry for more, to become an interested buyer, so that you can then deliver to them for them to be a raving client and ultimately a super fan. Well, guess what? The stranger to curious prospect to interested buyer on Substack, that time collapses. This is time right here, my friends, right? This is time and the amount of eyeballs and the time spent of those eyeballs on your stuff. So what happens is Instagram, LinkedIn, all these other platforms, this is a very slow, if ever, cycle. On Substack, it could happen in minutes. Because your person is presented at the same time with the, hey, do you want this free content? Or do you want the paid? Like they're presented that from the get-go. They're aware of your paid tier immediately. And if your stuff's good, and if they loved the live you just did, or they loved the collaboration, joint live you just did with someone else that they follow on Substack, they're upgrading. We have people coming into our paid tier of Substack every single day, many a day, every single day. I'm not promoting it every day. I just want to make sure that's really clear. I'm not sitting there and promoting it every day. Right? I'm not promoting it every day. Substack is doing it for me. It's my sales buddy, right? Substack becomes your sales team. And I'm really getting psycho for Substack because it's just so crazy. It's so good. Now, I want you to think about it from these 3 simple things down here. You can use Substack to do organic lead growth and nurture, upsell. I don't know why that's doing that down there, but doing organic lead growth nurture, upsell to client in an organic, non-salesy way. Love that. And deliver program and community to clients with higher ticket upsells via consults and masterclasses. The simplicity is real. Like, I am not making it up that you can go from this to this. Now, it all depends. If you are already a like multiple 6 to 7 figure entrepreneur, This is going to look a little different for you. Message me. I'll help you. If you are either just starting or you are really working to solidify and simplify your approach to multiple six figures, and that's where you're really building, and you're really building that multiple six figures in a calming, soothing, frictionless, high profit, getting rid of all the piece parts or most of the piece parts, right? Some of you might want to keep some of these things. I'm not saying don't. Like some of you might be like, well, I really like Zoom. I'm going to do my coaching on Zoom. Of course, do it. I'm showing you the ultimate dramatic way that this can go, where you could have like literally nothing else and you're just using Substack. But of course, it could be some kind of combo, of course, as well. But my point is that it can be simple, and that's who this is really for. Let's keep it simple. Okay? And I think that was all I had for you today. But do you guys see how incredible this can become for you guys? Okay. Adair said, where I'm stuck, I've been writing on Substack since January and gaining subscribers. Okay. Yes. Well, we're doing that in the soapbox. So we help people with setting it up more properly to create tiers and make it a sales engine. But we're also going to be talking about it inside of the free masterclass that's coming up. But the paid tier is $79 for the year. And I have resources, documents, and videos. And the documents are step by step. So it's insane. I just did a whole podcasting one last week. We have an entire setup in 101. Okay. And we have to remember, and this is really important, what I want everyone to remember, you still must create. What I teach is I teach OPA, other people's audience. I teach, being bingeable, and you can do that on Substack, which is so exciting. But here's what I'm like really, really like wanting you guys to know. And we did, Adair, we did a whole paid tier training as well, just so you know. Remember, OPA is other people's audience. So even if you're like building on Substack, remember, go on other people's podcasts. Like right now, I'm being asked to be on lots of podcasts around a Substack, right? So you want to be on other people's podcasts for whatever your thing is, and then be driving to Substack. Does that make sense? Right now, just so that you guys know, anything I do, the call to action is Substack. To the point where I'm walking the walk. And I took my domain of julieciardi.com, which I have been running my business publicly and externally out there for over 8 years. And I made it a custom domain in Substack. So when you go to julieciardi.com, you can actually see it up in the little thing. Like it says Julie Ciardi. Oh, yeah, you probably can't on yours. But julieciardi.com, I made my domain there. So basically when you go to julieciardi.com, it's my Substack. That's how all in I am. So if someone searches julieciardi.com, the very first link that comes up is my Substack link. So when I am on a podcast, when I am anywhere, I'm like, all right, go to julieciardi.com. And then it's going to my Substack. Love it. Because I'm all in. I'm walking the walk for you guys, right? I'm all in. I'm working with Pinterest. I'm actually, guess what? In the masterclass, when we open the doors to Ignite Her University, which is our big program, I am having a Pinterest specialist and expert who I am working with on Substack and Pinterest is coming in to do a free workshop. Because we are going back to the days of yore with blogging and all the things. And hello, like Substack is a perfect partner to Pinterest. So exciting. Ladies and a few good gentlemen, like I'm just telling you the simplicity of what's possible. We're going to go back to our famous picture here now. The simplicity of what's possible. I feel like I feel like God, universe, source was like, enough. Well, actually, maybe it was a feminine voice, and she was more like, enough. Okay. Like, we're done. We're done with the chaos. We're done with the nonsense because we need new era feminine leaders in this world more than ever. And all the bros, no offense, but all the bros set up this shit. Okay. Like all the bros set up this. Okay. Like Substack is the new feminine frequency rising. Okay. It is the, it is the calm. It is the place where enough is enough. My women need to actually have their voice heard. It is time to do it in a way that feels so good, frictionless and serving without tricking, coercing, and putting them in a funnel where we're tricking them. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is it. Like, this is so exciting. I don't know if you guys are as excited as I am, but this is really happening in front of our eyes. Yes, a lot of people say that their nervous system feels the ease on Substack. And the ease is coming from the culture. The ease is coming from all of the simplicity of the tool. We still have to learn the tool, but I got you. I got you on that. That's why I created literally manuals and keeping it simple and all the things. And it's why I have the Soapbox paid membership because I want to help you guys. Um, but this doesn't have to be complicated, and you get to learn one thing instead of 20 things that you're always dialing in and tweaking and all the things, right? So I'm going to leave you with this one simple thing. I'm going to stop sharing. And I want to see how I can see it in the chat. So thank you. I love feeling the feedback. But we are embarking on this new era. I think that women are perfectly aligned to where this new era is going in business. And Substack is that place. Yes, Eric is like, I want to tell my coach friends to stop dealing with all the other tools when they're all complaining about their tech. 100%. Like, we've been doing a survey. You'll see it if you guys are coming into our free masterclass, the new era coach, right? That's happening on May 4th. If you guys come into that, what we do is we're doing a survey at the beginning, and we're looking at those results of that survey right now. And it's we're at I think I don't know, 500-600 women have already completed the survey. And it's amazing to me. It's 2 out of 3 women responding to that survey are saying they want a simple business without the complex tech stacks and team. And that's what we get to do here. And so make sure that you join us. Thank you. Joni just dropped the link again. We'll drop it also in the replay. Get into the free masterclass because we're going to be really talking deeper about this. So if the 6-figure Substack system and the simplicity of it is speaking your language, definitely register for our free masterclass. We've got some fun gifts and stuff in there for you. In fact, Mariska was just talking about the brand report and the bot. You get that when you do the survey for free. So we're gifting you my human design brand. So your human design profile tells you a lot about your brand. And so we're gifting you the brand profile report, and we're gifting you a Julie bot. It's called a brand clarity bot, and a contemplation guide with prompts so you can use the bot and your profile around your brand. Nice and simple and fun. Mariska said she had a huge breakthrough just doing that. All you have to do is just register for the masterclass. And you also get a free audiobook of Tribal, my new book, all about the new era of business. And you get the advanced digital copy that you can download immediately. So, it's like a no-brainer. So join us over there. We're going to be talking all things Substack. And I hope that I sparked a new perspective of how simple your world could be by letting go, was there is a little letting go that needs to happen, right? And trusting the process and going all in. And I'm here to help you to do that because I feel so strongly that this is the pathway for us and to get your voice heard. All right, my friends, have an amazing weekend. And if you're watching the replay, please comment as well. And we'll talk soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye. Have a great weekend.